Good morning, friends. Hello, hello. Good morning, friends. Hello, hello. How are you? Hope you're having a great day. Hope there's goodness in it for you. Just wait with you here for a few people to find the live stream this morning. I know I'm in travel mug land today. So not note it is a Yeti. It's not a Stanley Cup. So I'm still a Yeti guy. So Stanley, like, if you're drinking out of a Stanley, it's got to be this beat up old kind of thing that is in the bottom of the you know the the gun and float at 3 in the morning, getting ready to go uh, ice fishing or something. Like that's what Stanley are for. Like, let's not, this current madness is um, you know uh, maybe I'm too old for all that, because it's possible. Good morning, Donna. Hey, Robin. Good morning, Irene. Glad you're here. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Who else did I miss here? Good morning. Good morning. Glad you're here. Hey, Vicky, Karen. Good morning to you. Hello, everybody. Hope this day is treating you well. Irene, I saw the picture of Jen, and it is just, that smile is worth everything. I am so glad she has been in my prayers, and you all have. So I am so very thankful that she's healing. That's wonderful. Hey, Phyllis, I'm glad you're there too. Hope you're doing well. Good morning, everybody. All right, let's get going this morning. It is the 24th day. That's right. Tomorrow is Bobby Burns Day. Today is the 24th day of January 2024 on this Wednesday, and it is 11:11. And I'm glad you're here and glad you're a part of this journey. I want you to know you have been prayed for today. That I will, when I end these, one of the things I do is say a prayer for every person who'll hear my voice, either today or tomorrow, or if this ever gets posted into the ether, that there may be a blessing on those who are a part of this journey. So know that that is true for you today too. Uh, so there's this story that is it's in a few of the gospels. Good morning, Rosalia. That and that in this that and it I think it's actually a story I have a lot of affection for, and I really love. Um, but I often think it's that we miss in part what Jesus is trying to tell us in this story of what's happening. So I'll read it for you, and then we'll kind of kick it around a little bit. What do you say? All right. So this is the Luke translation, but this is from Luke 8. While he was still speaking, someone arrived from the house of the synagogue leader. Your daughter is dead, he told Jairus. Do not bother the teacher anymore. Jesus overheard them and said to Jairus, do not be afraid. Just believe. She will be healed. And when he entered the house, he did not allow anyone to go with him except Peter, John, and James, and the child's father and mother. Meanwhile, everyone was weeping and mourning for her. And Jesus said, stop weeping. She is not dead, but asleep. And they laughed at him, knowing that she was dead. But Jesus took her by the hand and called out, child, get up. Talitha cum. Her spirit returned, and at once she got up, and he directed that she be given something to eat. And her parents were astounded, but Jesus ordered them not to tell anyone what had happened. We hear this as, Jesus resurrecting this girl to back to life through this command, Talitha cum. And we've talked about Talitha cum before. It's actually near and dear to my heart, this idea of this call from Christ that is, get up, little girl, which is essentially what he's saying. Is often a call that I'll even hold dear to my heart sometimes. That when I find myself in mourning or moroseness or despair, I will call upon Christ's words to say that, and even say to myself, get up, you little girl, like get up, because and this is what I think this story tells us, and we see it again and again and again throughout the Gospels, is that you're seeing things the wrong way. That what Jesus is really saying here is we're seeing things the wrong way. Because what does he say? He says, everybody's mourning, everybody's brokenhearted. She's clearly dead by everybody's assessment there. Then he says, no, she's asleep. Friends, we are quick and we are hard to declare things dead to God that are actually simply where we've either narcotized ourselves to them, we don't feel them anymore. We've either dismissed them, we don't acknowledge them anymore. We either look at them in our lives and we say that we've dismissed them for being impossible anymore, that there's no way that could be possible. And this too, we look at things and say that's just dead. There's nothing you can do with that. There's nothing can be done with it. It's just dead. The girl is dead. There's nothing to be done. But the reality is, Jesus is saying, no, it's just asleep. It's just asleep. Just that what you think is cataclysm, what you think is darkness and death, is actually a nap, is actually simply a state that is other than what we believe it to be. Even when we encounter our own death, or we encounter the death of the people whom we love, or we encounter their mortality, there is this horrific and terrible and real grief of being separate from them, and the great and true promise that those who fall asleep in death are not gone, but they too will be with us face to face once again. And this is not to be held as a promise, but it's to be held as a reality. It's to be held as a perspective change, as a way of seeing the world, of understanding that we didn't create this world. We didn't create ourselves. We didn't create, that you look at what we've created, it's very limited. And often what we've created has actually been something that's more come through us than it has been our true machinations and machinations that have gotten it done. We didn't create ourselves. We didn't create this world. We certainly can't destroy it. We keep thinking we can. I think part of all of the climate mumbo jumbo is just thinking that we think we have way more of an effect than we do. I'm not saying we don't need to be good stewards. Of course we do. But what I am saying is that we dwell in this notion of seeing things improperly because we're convinced things are dead that are just need to be woken up. Maybe they need to be woken up in our heart. And we've declared someone dead to us. And instead of that, we need to maybe pray for them. Maybe it's dead to our mind. We have something we don't understand. We have something we can't stand. We have something we won't tolerate. And perhaps we need to pray for that and say, and go and bring that to Christ. Jairus' great victory here is that he is undeterred. When everybody says, go away, when all the voices say, go away, stop bothering the master with that, stop bothering Jesus with that, because you can't do it. You just need to learn to live with that. You just need to learn to deal with that. stop bothering the master with it. I would invite you, friends, keep bothering the master with it. Because the things that we've declared as dead are actually just asleep. There's a great story of Pericles, who was a naval general in the Greek army, and the Greeks, they're just about to go into battle. They're sailing into battle. The helmsmen are pulling hard on the oars. They're getting ready to clash with the enemy, and all of a sudden there's an eclipse. And for whatever reason, nobody knew there was going to be an eclipse that day, and the sun was blotted out, and things got really dark just before the battle. All of the ranks of all of the sailors became terrified at this, but Pericles simply was undeterred, and he said, "What's the matter?" He said, and all the ships and all the sailors and all the boats looked at him, and he grabbed the cloak of the helmsman, the guy with at the tiller, and he took his cloak and he put it over his head, and he said, "Helmsman, are you afraid of what you see, or what you don't see?" And he said, "No, of course not. You just put the cloak over my head. Of course I'm not afraid of that darkness." He says, "Then why are you afraid of the darkness out there? What matter than the fact that the light is dimming in the sky? What matters its source?" Friends, I don't know where the darkness is coming from in your life today. I don't know where the darkness is creeping around, but what I know is it doesn't matter the source. You still have an oar to pull. You still have a star to guide your ship by. You still have a life to live, and that all those things that you think are dead are just sleeping. All those things you think are lost are not lost in God. All those things that you think are impossible are fully alive in Christ Jesus. You know, the thing is, and we'll land here today, and because the thing is with this, and this is because this is that when we hold on to our death notions, the problem is it puts us into this terrifying and transactional relationship with God. The great Richard Rohr says it this way, and I think. And we'll land on this today, because I think this is the whole point of what it is for us to see properly, to see not death but to see sleep, to see that the love of God is beyond these things that we think that are now dead to us, or that we have lost forever. And Rohr says this: most of us are taught that God would love us if and when we change. In fact, God loves you so that you can change. What empowers change, what makes you desirous of change, is the experience of love, what I would say, the experience of relationship with Christ, the experience, and wherever you find that. It is that inherent experience of love that is the very engine of change. Friends, we are transformed not because we need to be better for God, because we're dead and we need to do better from our deadness. We are loved through our relationship with Christ. We are called and moved to be other than we are. We are not dead to the things that are lost to us, or the things that we feel lost to. We are but asleep to them. And as we love God, and as we permit God to love us, what we thought was wintertime will become springtime of our soul again. What we believed lost will in fact be found. What we believe to be abandoned and exiled will in fact be brought home. Friends, I hope in these days that wherever the darkness comes from, that you know that it is not death that creeps around, but it is only our waking cry from the one who made us and calls us home. All right, peace and grace to you, my friends. I hope you have a great day, and we will pick it up tomorrow with another 11:11.